Over the last few years, we've seen so many teams across a variety of different sports finally give in to pressure from woke activists and change their offensive names. You know, like the Cleveland Indians, the Washington Redskins, these names that virtually no one actually found offensive. Even when Native American populations were polled, they didn't find it offensive at all. Yet some woke lunatic activists decided it's just too mean, we have to change it. And finally, teams like Cleveland, teams like Washington decided to bend the knee in a pathetic way. Fans certainly weren't happy about that decision, especially longtime fans of these franchises. But one person at least is speaking out about it, even on a broadcast, and that is Cardinals announcer Jim Edmonds. Now, a lot of people probably remember Jim Edmonds as a center fielder, played for the Cardinals, played for the Angels, even had a brief stint as a Chicago Cub, despite the fact that he killed us when he played with the Cardinals. But Jim Edmonds is speaking out fairly forcefully and saying, I don't understand why they had to change these things, and people are not happy. Former Card slugger Jim Edmonds angers the wokes, saying Indians and Redskins were cool names. Former MLB great and current Cardinals broadcaster Jim Edmonds raised the ire of the radical left on Thursday after he dared say that sports teams with Native American nicknames like Indians and Redskins was a cool thing. Edmonds made the comment during the Astros-Cards game as he and fellow broadcaster Chip Caray discussed renaming sports franchises. And now again, Jim Edmonds did clarify that his wife is part Native American, that he thinks these things are really cool. And he even mentioned that he has a lot of people that he talks to saying, wow, I wish they wouldn't have changed that name. Let's listen to this whole thing. This is what people are so upset over Jim Edmonds about.
Actually got quite a few messages on social media about some of the teams, and then it's really funny is when people reach out to you and say, hey, I'm from this area and we really love our baseball here, and somebody else will say, yeah, I wish they had the old names that they used to have, and it's just funny to hear everyone's opinion.
What were some of the ones that you've got inquiries on?
The Spokane one.
I like how Chip Caray used to be a Cubs broadcaster too, like his great father, Harry Caray. But Chip Caray is the one that made this thing happen, really, because he's like, why don't you give us some examples of those names?
I got a couple of people reach out and said they're from Spokane with the Indians. And I thought it was cool. I was like, I'm still shocked that, that we've changed so much as a whole that not allowed to have the Cleveland Indians anymore, the Guardians. And I'm saying that too because my wife is partial Native American Indian, and I always thought it was a kind of a cool thing, not a bad thing.
Guess what? That's what virtually everyone thought too. Even, again, 90% of Native Americans when polled did not have a problem with this. It's woke, white leftists that want to say that they should be offended, therefore we have to change it. It's absolutely nonsensical, and you see a lot of fans of these franchises that do have a problem. Changing the history, changing the legacy, all of these things, all in order to not offend a very small, insignificant group of people. And so not surprisingly, immediately Awful Announcing tweeted this out, put a target on Jim Edmonds' back. Yep, Jim Edmonds went there. Wild people still holding on to this. Is anyone surprised that Jim Edmonds is an idiot? This person just says, question mark. Hey, Bally Sports, of all the people you could have picked to be the Cardinals analyst, you picked Jim Edmonds. The guy lacks intelligence, is inarticulate, and is a garbage human being. Tonight, he proved what a horrible hire that was. Do better. Maybe this will finally get Jim Edmonds off Cardinals games. Listen, I can't tell you anything about Jim Edmonds as a commentator. I'm not watching too many Cardinals games, but it's pretty funny to see these people come after him simply for saying what, again, the majority of people think, that there's no reason those names should have been changed. People didn't have a problem with it. Fans didn't have a problem with it. Even the vast majority of Native Americans didn't have a problem with it, but some woke lunatics did. Let me know what you think about this in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.